Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everybody. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Welcome to Coffee Break with Tarot by Laura González. My name is Laura González, and I welcome you to the Coffee Break. Today we have um, learning the card for the weekend, learning the card of the day, slash reading for the weekend. And I'm using the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, but I'm using a very special Rider-Waite-Smith deck. I don't know if you ever saw this before. Those who've seen me in person have seen it. It's the Rider-Waite-Smith, but it's black. And it's like a, let me move this camera just a little bit. There you go. It's like a negative of the regular Rider-Waite. I think it's so cool. I think it's cool. Hi, Julia. Hi, Gavi. And who else is there? My Blair. My Blair. My Gabi. No, Gabi's not mine. Gabi belongs to half of Chicago. Medio Chicago, Gabi. So, we're gonna do. Hi, Laura Rodriguez. Thank you for joining on Insta. So we are live on Insta and we are live on Facebook. Thank you so much, everybody who support us and is joining the lives, whether you're on Insta or on Facebook. And to remind you all that tomorrow and Sunday, I will be at Navy Pier at this event called Latinx. And we're going to be offering tarot readings, oils and spritz, and of course, art by the Blue Witch. That's me. I'm the Blue Witch. That's the Blue Witch right here. So if you are around Navy Pier tomorrow, hi Siri. Navy Pier tomorrow and Sunday is going to be a great event. Lots of musicians, etc., etc. It's going to be fun. And I know we, the vendors, are going to be there from 12 to 6. So come join us. Hi, Biva 929. I know it doesn't say Biva, but it looks like BVA, so I'm just saying Biva. All right, let's see what is the card for the weekend. Ha ha! We have the card of justice. We have the card of justice. I have to tell you, you cannot have a favorite card when you have 78 cards. All 78 of them are like your kids, you know, they all look like like uh, uh I'm getting okay. Why our second dog tomorrow? Julie says she's getting a dog tomorrow and is a big boy. Well, we're gonna have to see photos, Julie. And Alma de Bruja, hey Alma de Bruja, how are you? It's been a long time, my friend. Alma de Bruja, an excellent reader in Chile. Yes, she's in Chile. So excellent reader and excellent astrologer and an excellent friend. Alma de Bruja, so good to see you. All right, so justice. The card that we have for the weekend is justice, and the message will be um, keep your boundaries, say no or say yes, you know, whatever it is that helps your cause and helps your boundaries. And more importantly, be fair with yourself, be just with yourself, be just with others. Um, don't take any ish from anybody and draw your boundaries very, very strongly. Um, it's not easy to hold your boundaries and to keep them. And it's very scary. It's a scary thing to do to hold down your boundaries strongly. But it is about justice, and it's not just the men, women, human justice. It's also about divine justice, and it's about fairness in life. You know, equality without fairness is not just, um, and that there is a whole lot of, like, you can go to YouTube and check on the difference between being fair and being equal and being inclusive, etc. But this card kind of represents all of that. And so, how do we go about talking about justice, or how do we learn that the meaning of those symbols is about justice? So now that I have the card, so look at this. Isn't this cool? So it's the same card, but of course, this is the regular Rider Waite Smith, and this is the one from my black deck that is like a negative. I love this deck. I love it, love it, love it. I've never paid so much money for a deck of cards. This one was pricey, but worth it. So, how do we learn what the card means? First of all, we have a person that has a crown and is wearing red. So, those are two symbols of being a person of power, or being a person of fairness and justice. Then the card says justice, obviously. And if you were to lay out all your major arcana cards and draw a line right at the middle, vertically, and then one horizontally, what you will cross, your quarters will cross exactly at the heart of the card of justice. So that is another indicator that this card is all about fairness and equality and being, right in the middle. I love that detail about it. But some other indicators about justice is, of course, this person on the card is carrying one sword and the scales, right? And there is a saying, there is a refran, we say in Spanish. There is a saying that the good carpenter measures twice and cuts once. And I really love to add that popular belief system of the sayings, the popular refranes, the popular wisdom, because having two scales is basically measuring twice, and then having the sword ready to come down is cutting once. Another symbol of equality and inclusiveness, but more importantly, fairness on this card is that it represents the so-called masculine and feminine. Insert the disclaimer here. If you ever heard me talk about tarot, you know I have to insert the disclaimer. In tarot, when we talk about masculine and feminine, we are not talking about gender. We are talking about how things were separated and put into a binary system for us to understand. So we say that things are feminine when they are subtle, when they are receiving, when they are caring, loving, etc. All these qualities that are supposed to be feminine. And then when we say that something is masculine, we say it's intense, it's direct, it is concise, it is pragmatic, etc. So we all know people of all genders possess all of those qualities, and that having those qualities don't make us masculine or feminine. That is a social construct. In tarot, particularly the way I teach, I always insert this disclaimer so people know that we are conscious that gender is way broader than that, but to utilize certain qualities and characteristics, I choose to keep, masculine and feminine. So that's the disclaimer. So next time you hear me say insert disclaimer here, that's the disclaimer. And going back at that, well, we have the sword as being a masculine essence, and then we have the scales as being feminine. Also, the person sitting on the card, they are looking straight at you. Even their legs are slightly open, but they are looking, directly to you. And that is a sign of, direct communication, honesty, not hiding anything, body language. Yes, we tarot readers, or at least the people that read like I read, like on a healing way, We have to learn all those things. So, good news for the weekend. Good news for the weekend. It looks like things are going to be fair. If we are looking for answers, results, kind of like how are things gonna pan out, well, it looks like everything is gonna be on our favor. Everything is gonna be favorable. Everything is gonna be just, you know. And be just with yourself. Set healthy boundaries, and be just with others, and compassionate. Why not? But always begin with self. All right, folks, thank you all for watching, and I will see you next Monday. If you are around Navy Pier Saturday and Sunday, come find us. And until then, never forget that you are loved. Bye bye.